Hollywood, CA, in an unexpected yet heartwarming turn of casting news, beloved young Sheldon star Annie Potts, 72, is set to return to television screens in a completely different light, this time donning a stethoscope in the US adaptation of one of the UK's most treasured medical dramas. The veteran actress, best known to modern audiences for her portrayal of Meemaw, the wisecracking and fiercely loving grandmother on young Sheldon, has officially joined the ensemble cast of St. Augustine, the American reimagining of BBC's long-running series Call the Midwife. A transatlantic revival. Call the Midwife, which first aired in the UK in 2012, quickly became a fan favorite thanks to its mix of historical depth, emotional storytelling, and social commentary, chronicling the lives of midwives and nurses in London's East End during the 1950s and 60s. Now, more than a decade later, US streaming giant Aurora Plus has greenlit a stateside adaptation, set in 1960s New Orleans, aiming to bring the same blend of heartfelt drama and period authenticity to an American audience. Titled St. Augustine, the new series trades foggy London streets for the vibrant, jazz-filled neighborhoods of Louisiana. The adaptation, developed by Emmy-nominated showrunner Michelle Redfern, promises to tackle themes of racial integration, women's reproductive rights, and the burgeoning civil rights movement, all through the lens of midwives working in underserved communities. Potts as the soul of the clinic. Annie Potts is cast in the role of Sister Clarice, a retired nurse midwife who now serves as the spiritual and emotional matriarch of the St. Augustine Women's Clinic. A character loosely inspired by Call the Midwife Sister Julienne, Sister Clarice is described as equal parts Southern grace and steel backbone. She's been through it all: the Great Depression, World War II, losing patients, losing friends, fighting for her place in a male-dominated profession, says Redfern. Now, in her twilight years, she becomes the anchor for a new generation of women trying to change the world one birth at a time. For Potts, the role is a return to dramatic form. While she's widely remembered for comedic timing in Designing Women and Ghostbusters, as well as her loving, eccentric take on Meemaw in Young Sheldon, her acting roots are steeped in theater and drama. It's the kind of role actresses my age dream about: complicated, historical, and full of soul, Potts shared in an interview. Sister Clarice doesn't suffer fools, but she'll sit with a stranger in labor for 40 hours without blinking. There's something heroic in that kind of quiet persistence. A generational ensemble. Joining Potts in the ensemble is a cast of rising stars, including Broadway alum Janelle Thompson as Dr. Eva Monroe, one of the first black female OB-GYNs in Louisiana, and Euphoria breakout Leo Sanders as a war medic turned midwife struggling with PTSD. Also confirmed is Marina Cruz, a TikTok star turned legit actress, who plays a young Latina nurse navigating linguistic barriers and cultural skepticism about modern medicine. I wanted this to be a story about found families, says Redfern. The clinic is a place where different backgrounds collide: race, class, religion, language, but they all come together because they believe in something bigger than themselves, the act of bringing life into the world. Fans react with delight and curiosity. News of the adaptation was met with a mix of excitement and cautious optimism online. While Call the Midwife purists expressed concern over preserving the original's tenderness and integrity, many welcomed the idea of bringing untold American histories to the forefront. Setting it in the South during the Civil Rights era, that's bold, that's powerful, tweeted one fan. If anyone can carry this show with grace, it's Annie Potts. Others simply celebrated the resurgence of mature female leads on television, a demographic often overlooked by Hollywood's youth-centric casting habits. There's a whole generation of women who watched Annie Potts grow up on screen. Seeing her in this new role with grit and gravitas, it's beyond inspiring, wrote entertainment columnist Darla Mendez. A second act in a storied career. For Annie Potts, St. Augustine marks another milestone in a career that has spanned over 5 decades. From her breakout in the 1981 cult hit Heartaches to voicing Bo Peep in Toy Story, and most recently, Her Emmy-nominated work on young Sheldon, Potts has remained a consistent presence in American pop culture. At 72, she shows no signs of slowing down. "I've always believed that storytelling can heal," she says. "And in St. Augustine, we're telling stories that were buried, dismissed, or simply never told. I think that matters." Potts also revealed that the show has partnered with real midwifery organizations to ensure medical accuracy and cultural sensitivity. "We're working with nurses, doulas, and community historians. It's not just entertainment, it's also education." The future of St. Augustine. Slated for a spring 2026 premiere on Aurora Plus, St. Augustine will debut with an 8-episode first season, with the pilot directed by Oscar winner Chloe Zhao, known for her work on Nomadland and Eternals. Behind the camera, the series boasts a diverse team of writers and medical consultants, many of whom have personal connections to midwifery or Southern healthcare systems. "Every birth is a story," says Zhao. "And in this show, every story has a heartbeat, sometimes messy, sometimes miraculous, but always human." As for Potts, she's just happy to be in scrubs again, even if they're 1960s cotton and not modern-day polyester. "It's a gift," she says simply. "At this point in my life, I only say yes to things that scare me a little, and this one scared me in the best way." Final thoughts. In a television landscape often saturated with reboots, crime thrillers, and superhero sagas, St. Augustine promises something refreshingly different. A slow, soulful drama about women, medicine, and community, anchored by a timeless star who proves, once again, that age is no barrier to impact. With Annie Potts at the helm and a powerhouse creative team behind her, the U.S. might just have its next prestige hit, one baby at a time.